the religious people thought that they were doing the right thing. They thought that they were doing the righteous thing, serving God. What's up, everyone? I hope you're having a good March so far. God has been moving and doing things for me, so it has been good for me already. So I hope you're experiencing the same, and you can say the same thing for yourself. This morning's devotion, we're coming out of Luke 22, and right at the beginning, this one got me. So I got a good one for you guys today. So coming from verse 2, we're going to read a few verses, and it says, "And the chief priests and the scribes were seeking how they might put him to death," talking about Jesus, "for they were afraid of the people. And Satan entered into Judas, who is called Iscariot, belonging to the number of the 12. And he went away and discussed with the chief priests and the officers how he might betray him to them. And they were glad and agreed to give him money, and he consented and began seeking a good opportunity to betray him to them apart from the multitude." So obviously this is a part of the gospel story that we all know, where Judas is going away and preparing to betray Jesus, and he's talking with the chief priests and the scribes and how they can kind of make this happen. And it says that Satan entered Judas. Now, this is the crazy connection that I got from this one, you guys. And this is what God showed me, is that we have to be careful of a religious spirit, not to allow religion or a religious spirit into our lives, or even those who are influenced by religious spirit around us, to get too much into our lives or have too much of an influence on our lives. Why? Because we see here that religious spirits will actually partner with Satan. This blew me away. So religion will actually partner with Satan without realizing it, because this is exactly what happens, right? Is that Satan enters Judas. Judas goes to the religious leaders, the chief priests and the scribes. He goes to the religious leaders, and they all together start trying to figure out and scheme onto how they can betray Jesus and put him to death. So the crazy thing about religion too, as we see it here, is that all throughout the Gospels, every time Jesus had these interactions with the religious people thought that they were doing the right thing. They thought that they were doing the righteous thing, serving God, that what they were doing was good. And so this is the thing where religion is such a deception, because religion knows the word of God apart from the relationship with God. And this is why I always like to distinguish religion from relationship. I don't like religion at all. Like this whole life is a relationship with Jesus. It's not a religion. We live this out according to our relationship with him, and our relationship with him gives us a greater understanding of the spirit of his word. But religion sees the letter of the word. And this is how the Pharisees became so traditional, and they were so oppressive to the people that they oversaw, and why Jesus didn't like them, because they were hypocrites. So we have to be careful of this religion. We have to live this life in relationship, and the relationship with God through his Holy Spirit will bring the spirit of his word to life. And if we don't have that relationship, if we just see this set of rules and guidelines and do's and don'ts and all of that stuff in the word, the letter of the word, then we actually make ourselves vulnerable to partnering with Satan, with the enemy, and coming against Jesus. So I know that's a heavy one, but man, we got to be careful of that, because it's a real thing, because Satan is trying to come for the followers of Jesus and the believers in that way. So I encourage you guys, stand firm and seek that relationship with God, and he will guide you. We know this, right? Like the Holy Spirit will guide you. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.